Ladies and gentlemen, and this is the worst internet gun fail number 9, the Darwin Awards by the channel Brandon Herrera. I think I've done 2 or so videos from this channel. I guess the first one was the worst internet gun fails. I guess it was the first one. So I didn't watch the middle 8 one, and yeah, this is the 9th one. I guess the latest one, June 16. So yeah, these videos are kind of tricky because I don't know. I'm scared of YouTube. Let's just say. YouTube sometimes is just like a Wild West gunslinger, can just point blank strike you, right? And once they strike you, it's really hard for them to just, oh, we made a mistake. They rarely do that. So it's, really scary sometimes too. But I'm pretty sure the Brandon lots of, most of the time just blurs out anything that even come close to the issue. But I don't know. I guess I'll do editing of my own if it feels an issue. I'm pretty sure other channels have reacted to this video as well, so I guess it's gonna be fine. I don't know. But yeah, I like videos like this, because it's not about one of those videos, right? Like epic fail type of videos. This is not that, right? Even though it might feel like that, this is not epic fail type of videos. This is more like a safety concern video. Because every time you watch this, like, holy shit, it always it doesn't make like, oh, look at those idiots. That's not what comes to your mind, because this is about guns, right? This can turn ugly fast. So every time you see certain clips from videos like this, you just like, what the fuck? And then obviously, people like Brandon basically explain it, like where things went wrong and what a person should have done. It's more like a safety awareness video, which I like. And world definitely needs gun safety awareness videos like this. So let's watch it. Remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe so I know which type of videos to react to more. Comment down if you want to react to a specific video from this channel or any other. And yeah, let's watch it.
Yep. Good night. One thing a lot of these videos have in common is that when something terrible like that happens, everybody's just super chill. The guy's just like,
yeah.
Oh. What is up, you sex YouTube
Even I noticed
lovers, and
that.
welcome
What the
back
fuck?
to another episode of the Darwin Awards. Now, as you've heard me say before, guns are awesome. Idiots, well, not so much. When you put the two of those things together, you could end up with what we call a Darwin Award. The Darwin Award, as you may have gathered, is the metaphorical
what the
award
fuck is she
you're given
doing?
when you remove yourself from the gene pool. You do something dumb,
I'm gonna say this just right off the bat. I have never held a gun. I have never fired a gun, right? Only gun experience I have is from the movies and games. And even when I watch certain things when people hold the gun. So clearly they're exposed to the guns. Clearly these people should know better, right? Even I, like, what the fuck are you doing? This is just intuitive. Like, you're not supposed to do that. She was just holding a, like, why are you doing this? I don't care if the gun's not loaded. You can never be sure of that, right? Right now it's not loaded. What if one day it's loaded and you just make mistake? It's just like that, it could turn ugly.
Does its thing, and the fittest continue to survive. Now let me speak directly to the YouTube manual reviewer who determines whether or not this video gets monetized. I just want to point out this video contains no uncensored graphic violence or death. Anything that is shown is presented in an educational context promoting gun safety. But without further ado, let's jump into our first clip. This is a light machine gun.
Yeah, so anybody's, any YouTube reviewers that want to strike my channel, I don't even care about anything monetizing crap. Just don't fucking strike me. Like he said, all the things he said, remember that. That's the original video, I'm just giving commentary.
Known as an M240 Bravo. This is how you fire an M240 Bravo.
Oh, okay.
This is how you improperly fire an M240 Bravo.
Rambo style?
Yeah, so that is, that's a negligent discharge. My man's almost gave himself
What the
most
fuck?
humiliating Purple Heart of all time. Now the M240 Bravo fires
That's a machine gun.
which is a 308. 7.62x51 NATO. And it fires it really quick, which makes ricochet and shrapnel from our buddy's incident here probably pretty spicy. But if we look into this video a little bit closer, it looks like he was trying to, do the cool guy thing, shoulder the gun, whatnot.
Yeah, Rambo style.
The bipod. So he puts the gun up like he's gonna grab it by the bipod and misses. And if I had to guess, his finger is already on the trigger, which violates one of the core rules of gun safety. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot.
Yeah.
In his defense, the 240 Bravo is a pretty heavy gun. I think it's like 28 pounds. But in order to try to get a tighter grip there as it was falling, obviously...
28 pounds? I mean, yeah, obviously I've never held a gun, but 28 pounds. I'll do lift weight, I guess. 28 pounds is what, like 12 kilos or something? For a gun, is that really heavy? I guess if you're holding just a, you know, very, I don't know what it's called, holder of the gun. I guess that's pretty small, so 12 kilo adds up. I don't know, it's probably gonna be heavy, and obviously the recoil is gonna be hard. But damn, you know, the last video I saw from him, right? This is always the case, like trigger, right? I said in the video, like, you know, triggering the gun, even if you hold it or just, you know, dropping a gun, it just fires. How easily the gun fires was surprising to me, but then again, people told me in the comments that there were more to it than that. It's most of the time it's not that easy if you maintain it, so at least that's good. But yeah, if you have the trigger and then you lose, I mean, that video is just ridiculous. That's a machine gun, man. You could have easily sprayed everyone around you and your feet.
Also squeezing the trigger, which sent more than a couple rounds of 308 into the ground in front of him and the ground.
It's a machine gun.
And speaking of machine guns, that brings us to our second clip. What in the Middle East is happening here? We have a line of dudes who are celebrating in the typical Middle Eastern fashion of taunting gravity. They're firing an underfolder AK straight up into the air. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. So we have our first guy, he's firing straight up into the air. He handles it like a champ.
That's AK-74, right?
Young buck right next to him.
I'm pretty sure that does that have that same ammo that AK-47 has, 7.62, whatever that is. That's a bit like that machine gun had. Does it have the same ammo, or does it have the 5.56 one? 5.45.
Magazine into the gun. He stands up. Ah! And he limp wrists the hell out of it.
What the fuck?
Definitely at least one of those rounds looks like it could have been at lethal level.
Whoa!
A couple of people around him. I guess he subscribes to the motto of, if at first you don't succeed, then try again. Because he gets right back up and just tries to continue out the magazine. You know,
no,
like
man.
Champ,
take that gun away. Take that gun away.
Is like, nah, homie, you had your chance.
No, take that away.
You done did fuck that up.
Yeah, this guy right here, the black shirt guy, this one that's coming, he was done for. I mean, I didn't see this coming, man. I knew that there was going to be massive fails in this one, but this was way too close, man. This guy was almost done. The way the gun
did fuck that
Damn.
up. Maybe do some curls and then come back for the next wedding. Now, of course, as we've mentioned before, firing a gun like this in the air in the first place is dangerous as hell, just because, you know, what goes up must come down. So if you're going to be shooting up anything into the air, you know, maybe use fireworks. I'm sure that can't end poorly.
Damn.
Now, if you're new to Darwin Awards, or
don't want to pause too much, but yeah, again, just you know, you cannot completely shoot directly straight, right? It's gonna be somewhat at angle. Even recoil will make it at somewhat angle. So I highly doubt bullet will come back towards you if you fire it in the air. But yeah, if you are in the populated area, somebody's gonna get. There's a chance somebody will get hurt. So why would you shoot in the air?
Content as a whole, and you're enjoying yourself so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way, next time we upload a Darwin Awards video, you can watch it before YouTube age restricts it, like they did with a lot of the others. But seriously, subscribing helps us out a lot.
This is age restricted?
Commenting, so
I don't know.
Go ham in that comment section, at least within recent. Now, our next clip I'd actually seen a couple of years ago. It involves an accident at an indoor range with a full auto Glock 17. Now, if you're not familiar, a full auto Glock is remarkably hard to control, firing at a stupid fast cyclic rate.
Oh, the
result is
recoil.
usually something pretty damn hard to control, which is why a lot of people add vertical grips or aftermarket
It's
stocks
basic
and
physics.
that sort of thing.
If it's
Here we have
that
somebody
small,
shooting it with a
the recoil's gonna be
grip right
hard.
in front of the trigger guard. And he's about to find out one of the main reasons why vertical grips on full auto Glocks.
The ads are working.
Out. Yep. Right
What?
there.
You get shot?
Oh, no, yeah, you can see it. I don't.
He got
Yeah, we
shot.
should probably blur that. First off, this dude is hilariously casual after
Seriously?
just putting at least one, maybe two or three 9mm holes into his hand.
What the fuck?
You get shot?
He's way too casual.
But as to what I said before about vertical grips on full auto pistols like this sketching me the fuck out, is that vertical grips can break or come loose under recoil. Which if you're pushing that vertical grip out forward to try to control recoil, if that breaks loose, you're now directly in front of this very short, fully automatic weapon that is actively dumping bullets downrange. Not necessarily saying you shouldn't use one, but make sure this isn't where you cheap out.
Yeah, you shouldn't use one. Just say you shouldn't use one. Because like he said, if the grip breaks, your other hand is in front of the trigger. Like what happened. Damn. I mean, there are automatic weapons, right? perfectly fine automatic. I don't understand why making small pistols automatic, right? I never understand that. Like, I mean, look at the Uzi, right? Uzi is not a pistol. It's somewhat like a pistol. It's with the size and everything. But look at how bad. I mean, it's famous for spray and pray, right? It just sprays everywhere. Like, why would you make a pistol automatic? Don't you have other, like, you know, there are submachine guns, right? There are assault rifle.
A similar story of somebody who did this with a Kel-Tec KSG-12. You know, the shorty, like the one that was in John Wick. So dual tube 12 gauge shotgun, vertical grip, breaks as he's trying to shoot super quick and be cool, pulls trigger, deletes a good chunk of his hand. But as for the subject of our video here in the range, it's a good thing he's probably
the John Wick gun can break, right? It's high quality.
His left hand for any sort of extracurricular for jerking off, he would be shit out of luck for quite a while. Now, sticking with the indoor shooting range theme, our next clip takes us to a gun store / range. Here we see the subject of this video standing at the counter here, trying to clear his handguns. I don't know if he just got there or he just got finished shooting, but either way, he's trying to do the safe thing and clear the guns. Unfortunately, he's not doing the safe thing by, while trying to unload and clear the guns, flagging himself and others. And as well, he's flagging his range mate that he does this. Boom. He has a negligent discharge into his friend. It's unclear whether it's like the leg or the pelvic region. Oof. But after this, everybody just kind of stands around doing nothing, either from shock or because they just don't know.
Man, I love that. I love everybody just got back somewhere like he's gonna shoot again or something, like he's volatile or something. I mean, the thing already happened, but everybody's just like, oh, fuck that. Let's just go to the corner. We don't know what's gonna happen now.
To do at this point. Which is why I'd like to give a quick shout out to this gentleman who's all the way across the fucking room and immediately goes into action. As soon as the gun goes off,
I guess he's experienced in this.
Wrong. He darts across the room and immediately takes command of the situation. Starts giving people instructions. It looks like he tells the guy behind the counter to go grab the first aid kit. Fucking grade A response under pressure, and it's a really good example of just, if you're gonna be fucking around with guns a lot, or really at all, you should probably know the basics of how to plug holes and not just punch holes. You don't need to be a fucking medic, but learning basic first aid, maybe carrying around a first aid kit, a tourniquet, basic life-saving tools like that, probably serve you pretty well in life. The more you know. We're a couple of minutes into the video.
See, like I said at the start of the video, this is not just about some kind of a fail type of video. It's more like a safety type of video. So, like he said, that is a really good thing. Like anybody who wants to do anything with the gun, right? They should definitely, as a thumb rule, learn anything with the first aid. You don't know when it's gonna come in handy. You're messing with guns, right? It could easily turn really deadly, right? And anybody gets somewhat hurt, like some scrape on the hand, is oh fuck, that hurts too much. Put cream on it and then basically cry. And then you see people with the entire holes in them, bullet fucking holes that should hurt like fuck, right? And they just act casual. I never understand it. Especially that guy with the range where he's, the automatic pistol guy who just like, yeah, I shot myself. What? You have holes in your hand, doesn't it? I guess it was a shock factor, right? It happened just suddenly, so he's in shock, so he's not feeling pain or something. Later on, he's just gonna cry or something. Will ask for morphine or whatever. But yeah, it must hurt like fuck. Yeah.
It's kind of shitty because the only ones that came close to being a Darwin Award are, when they're winning that award for other people, which is really not how that's supposed to work. It's supposed to be removing yourself from the gene pool accidentally, not, other people. Although this should be a good example of why you should probably minimize your time spent around idiots. Anyhow, here's what would be a potentially technical Darwin.
That friendship is over, let's be honest.
Here we have something from a video aptly called, I suppose, British Shoot Guns for the First Time. Here we have what I assume is a couple going to the range. It's a great recreational activity, hopefully a learning experience. Usually if you tell an instructor that you're a new shooter, they're happy to walk you through the rules of gun safety and teach you how to do it properly and safely. In the first 3 seconds of the clip, she almost shoots her man in the heart.
Imagine a beard trimmer.
Wait a minute, what? She does what?
Usually if you tell an instructor that you're a new shooter, they're happy to walk you through the rules of gun safety and teach you how to do it properly and safely. In the first 3 seconds of the clip, she almost shoots her man in the heart.
Almost. No! What the f-
Oh, God. I feel like she's violating, like, all 4 rules of gun safety right here. Not only is she obviously flagging her man here, flagging, for those of you unfamiliar with the term, is when you are pointing a weapon at somebody. Like if you're at a range, you turn around and you end up pointing the gun at your friend, you're flagging them. And that's a great way to get your ass kicked in most circles. Gun people tend to take that very seriously. But she's flagging them super hard from a very close distance while she's trying to insert the magazine and load the gun. Even the act of inserting a magazine like that, depending on your grip and a couple other things, the firearm, whatever, just inserting the magazine could be enough to drop the slide, which is going to send a round into the chamber, meaning you have a live weapon. All you need to do is pull the trigger from that point, which is convenient because if you look closely, she clearly has her finger on the trigger. And that's when our Superman comes over, the range safety officer, or RSO, has the only appropriate reaction that I can think of.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god is fucking right. I love how he spins the camera back around the other way as if like he's like, hey, I'm about to give you like a fucking ass chewing right now. You might not want to record this to Facebook Live or whatever the fuck you're doing.
I hope he did.
That was probably well
I hope he did. Oh my god. Look, I'm not trying to vilify guns. This is not me vilifying guns. This is not about guns. I'm talking about the people, right? The problem is that people not taking guns seriously. It's a weapon. Do you understand the concept of what word weapon means? Right? A weapon is deadly. If you're going to just use it, right, and just want to have fun with it, you need to understand that it's fucking dangerous and then do anything, right? You need to first accept that this is way too deadly and then do anything with it, right? People make it way too casual. Right? Oh, it's just a gun I've seen in the movie. John Wick uses one, right? It's a Hollywood thing. And just, put, finger at the trigger and just wave it around while reloading like it's a toy. It's a gun. Do you understand? How can you be so casual? Like, fucking point it away. Make sure that where it's pointing, nobody's there, or point it at the ground, right? And then slowly put your, magazine in or whatever and take the fucking thing seriously. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean, using gun is not an issue, right? I mean, people are the issue, and that's what I'm pointing it out. Like, don't make it so casual. Like, people, trainers and everybody should first of all start with, first of all, I'm going to tell you, this shit is dangerous. That's a weapon, not a toy. Be fucking careful, right? So nobody just like casual, just waving around shit like that. This is ridiculous.
Deserved, considering she was one bad finger movement away from unaliving her range date, sending him to the big crumpet party.
Look at it, just like, oh, it's a toy.
Which I think would qualify as technically being a Darwin Award. Because think about it.
Does it come with gold-plated?
That you were going to breed with.
I'm gonna put my flat on it.
Right? Partial credit. So our next video I could not make up if I tried. So here, if I had to guess,
it's
I
even
back
worse.
In the Middle East, either that or maybe South America. We have our security guard here who is hard at work.
Wait a minute, which kind of bike is that? Maybe I can tell. Oh, fuck me. The quality is not that good. I can't see properly. Yeah. I don't know.
Guarding a lot of motorcycles. He's asleep. He's fast asleep. Now, of course, you're not supposed to sleep on the job, so he doesn't have a pillow or a bed or anything. No, he's instead resting on his shotgun.
The fuck?
Yikes. Well,
no.
He's awake now. Yeah,
no.
He's clearly a bit confused. At least he's up and standing. God, let's see that shot again.
How the fuck did he survive?
Cobain himself, I guess that's the good news. It does look like he has opted for the shortcut to a Michael Jackson nose job, though. Goes over and grabs that rag, and you can see, yeah, he's a little messed up. I can't imagine what leads to the point where you're willing to arrest.
I saw him shaking a bit, so I guess he did get hurt good enough at that point, right? Where he's in somewhat shock.
Your face on a shotgun barrel, let alone one that is completely loaded and ready
shotgun?
to go. I don't know what it is about shotguns, but people seem far too willing to rest on them for whatever reason.
Seriously, I've seen photos of people just resting their ass. I guess it was from the Top Gear, right? I mean, the Clarkson was making fun of that in some South Africa or something. Some cop was literally using a shotgun to rest his ass because he couldn't find a chair. It's a fucking shotgun. What's wrong with you?
Let's not forget the infamous photo
there you go.
of the cop literally sitting on his...
this is what I'm talking about.
The memes write themselves. I also find it kind of hilarious that his local newspaper called him out for this. Nowadays, it would just be social media calling him out. Kind of like I'm doing now. Not like social media needs any more recently.
Probably older
gun
one.
content anyway, but hey, at least I try to use this platform as kind of, maybe a teachable moment. Speaking of social media hating on gun content, if you'd like to check out a 2A friendly social network, marketplace, directory, that sort of thing, go ahead and check out the guys over at Arms Directory. I actually got to meet these guys recently, and I kind of dig their mission and a lot of the pro 2A tools that they're trying to build for businesses. I dig what they're trying to do for Second Amendment folks, so if you want to check them out, I'm going to go ahead and leave the links down in the description and the pinned comment. We appreciate their support. Hope they do well. Now, would this really be an episode of the Darwin Awards if we didn't talk about Tannerite? Tannerite, for those of you who don't know, is a brand of low-grade explosives, like a binary explosive that you can use out at the range. They're technically labeled as a reactive target, which is pretty cool. Basically, you shoot it with a bullet that has enough velocity to it, and they explode.
Is that a Hollywood thing?
For fun for like a decade
Hollywood uses
now.
it?
They're really neat, and they're actually safe to use as long as you use them properly. Yeah, a lot of people fuck that last part up. So we've got this gentleman who's shooting at a very...
Look, man, anything in life, literally anything, can be dangerous if you're not careful with it. So gun should be a no-brainer, and anything explosive, gun should be no-brainer, right? I mean, think of anything right now. Think of anything, and that could be dangerous, right? If you're not careful with it. Anything.
very, very close distance, I might say, to a washing machine that I'm assuming is loaded with Tannerite. Let's see what happens.
Let me just fly to her. I think I've seen this video somewhere. Oh, that's the one.
Shit. First off, I can tell why he's shooting at it from this close now, because even at this distance with a rifle, it's taken him like 5 rounds just to hit this damn thing. But once he does, dear God.
Yikes.
You see, something a lot of people don't understand about explosives of really any kind is that they're omnidirectional. They explode outward in all directions and impart force around anything that's around it.
That's why it's called explosive.
Or, let's say, pieces of a washing machine. Now, you can blow up all sorts of cool shit with binaries. Based on the instructions, you're technically not supposed to, but let's face it, it's really fucking fun. Be sure.
There's a reason why it's called explosive, right? It expands suddenly in all directions. I don't know why. Didn't he just thought for a second like there's a fucking door there, washing machine door? What if it flies towards me? Like, let's point it at this somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe this is some form of OCD in my part, because that's the first thing I would have thought if I were there. Like, this door is gonna come towards me.
To maintain a safe distance. If you can, be behind something. Cover works. But what you definitely don't want to do is be too close and have the explosive be inside of something, like a washing machine.
Yes.
Or alternatively, a microwave.
Holy shit! Oh my god! Dude, goddamn!
There's a live leak of cops.
Holy shit!
To be honest, I knew this clip was going to be rad when I saw the Live Leak logo. Rest in peace, Live Leak. You made some of us grow up way too fast. But not as fast as the door to that microwave.
Holy shit!
Again, this goes back to the whole omnidirectional thing, which means that if it's exploding outward and blowing that microwave to pieces, any piece of that microwave, like say a door, that's facing your direction is going to get blown in your direction.
Even a bolt
which is how you turn your hot
could be
pocket
deadly.
heater into an IED. You don't do that. Now this next video is a great example of, again, what happens when you don't follow the basic rules of firearm safety. And unfortunately, this guy's friend pays the price. And let me just clarify before we press play, the only version of this that I have is the edit. So apologies in advance if this is a little fucked up.
Is it that bad?
Yep. Good night. One thing a lot of these videos have in common is that when something terrible like that happens, everybody's just super chill. The guy's just like, oh, no. I've seen people react more upset to their favorite sports team losing. Even if they don't follow.
I think it's the shock, right? It takes time to process. That's the only thing I think of. Even the shooting yourself in the hand thing, right? Or anything. It's the shock, basically, right? Because it's one thing to think about it, or one thing to imagine it actually happening to you, right? The shock element stays there for a certain while, right? You don't even. It's a shock. You're speechless. You don't even say anything, and afterwards, yeah, you're gonna be, whatever. But at first moments, it's gonna be shock. You'll literally be stunned and frozen in place, like can't say anything, can't react anything. That could happen. It's a shock element.
sports. But this is why it's just super important to have a culture of gun safety. I mean, there's multiple people in this video. Like the dude if you're watching the video to the left, it's just like walking around with a handgun pointed just out at anybody that's walking around him. To reiterate the 4 basic laws of gun safety: keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Treat every gun as if it is loaded. Know your target and what's behind it, and never point a gun at anything you're not willing to destroy.
Why
Our
give
trigger
gun
man
to a
here
kid? That's a
violated
kid,
all
right?
of those rules while loading his handgun. Which is why the vast majority of these Darwin
I don't even know who pulled the, I'm scared to reverse it. Who did it? It was the kid, right? Kid in the left. That's the one who does it? I don't know.
violated all of those rules while loading his handgun. Which is why the vast majority of these Darwin Awards videos don't do so well in the monetization department. But you know what? I think it's important. You receive entertainment and gun safety tips. I receive no fucking money. The worst trade deal in the history of trade deals. Now, this next video, I feel like we have to talk
Ads
about
are on
because
this video, so that's
shit gets
good.
Sent to me probably at least once or twice a week. It was actually so much that we had to make a rule to stop people from posting it over and over again in the subreddit. I only want to bring it up to show why I haven't included it before and why I refuse to include clips like it in Darwin Awards. This is a clip of a Russian soldier from a year or two ago, hanging out with his friends. He uses his phone to record while he decides to load and chamber a full auto Trink AKS-74U and sticks it under his chin. And then lets it rip. You can pretty much imagine what happens. So yeah, this is a screenshot of a man who is no longer alive. No, I'm not going to be sharing the video. You could probably find it. It's been shared a lot over the last year or so. I've avoided featuring this video for so long that it's probably obvious now.
Brendan, you're 2 million subscribers. YouTube will eliminate you without even a thought. I don't care how many people tell you to include certain videos, do not ever do that. All your hard work will evaporate like that.
I've been doing it intentionally. Darwin Awards, at least the way we've done them, are supposed to be accidents. They're stupid people doing dumb things, and we both laugh at them and learn from their mistakes. This is someone deciding to intentionally punch their own ticket. That doesn't feel the same. Things like
it's
this
just
aren't
sad at that
funny
point.
accidents. They're real people experiencing real things like depression, hopelessness, and anything else that can make somebody opt for the self-checkout line. And the odds are, people that you know are experiencing similar feelings right now. You may not even know about it. Call a friend. Call a friend. Life is too short not to have that one lunch that might make all the difference. And if this sounds like you, and you think that nobody cares, you're wrong. But if you feel like you need it, just remember there's always a number that you can call. After all, guns are amazing tools for self-protection. But the only person that can protect you from yourself is you. So with all of that in mind, I look forward to being able to tell you guys for a long, long time to come. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you sexy YouTube mother lovers.
Yeah, okay. I was like, what the fuck, where this is going? How this video turned into shrink video? But I guess it makes sense since it's about gun. And this video is all about safety and safety tips. Obviously, he has to include the last point too, right? Because mental problems and guns doesn't mix well. Depression and lots of basically people. One thing is the trend with all the accidents and all the issues that are happening, right, with the gun. One thing's definitely comes with like people with massive mental issues and depression and especially suicide tendencies, right? That is the that is the kind of like somebody who's lost everything and is just pissed, right? That and guns doesn't mix up. So then I understood like why is he saying the last thing. Yeah, man, oh man, I don't know. I'm scared with this video. I don't know what's gonna happen if I upload this reaction, how YouTube's gonna react to it. Before I used to think like if the main video exists on the YouTube and it's pretty popular by a popular channel, it should be fine. But that whole thing, that whole mentality got broken away in last December. Yeah. Which what it was a comedy type of a video. I think it was our Dick the One video, right? Which was already on YouTube, but YouTube strike me for the reaction. Like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, so I got strike for they said it was something like there was something pornographic or something there, which it wasn't, right? I appeared like a million times, right? I'm not million. You can only do it 2 or 3 times at best. right? Obviously, nobody's gonna accept that they made mistakes, so they just stuck to it. No, there is an issue there. I even pointed them out, like, man, there's a million reactions to this, right? There is an original video. I'm just doing a reaction. It's just commentary. I'm not the one who's with the original video. How can my video has problem and others don't? And there are, the response is always somewhat condescending. Condescending, is that the word? Right? Something like that, like we can only talk about you and not the other. Like, school teacher telling me like I did some kind of a fucking mistake. I'm like, man, fuck this. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm always scared to put on anything that could be a problem. But you know what? Fuck it. If I'm gonna think that much, I won't be able to put anything on. So yeah. Alright, that was the worst internet gun fails number 9 by the channel Brandon Herrera. Certain things are really fucked up, right? The main takeaway from this I can think of is that you want to do something with the guns, sure, but don't make it too casual. Understand that this is a dangerous object. It's a weapon. Understand what that word means, a weapon, right? And then do something. If you really process that what a weapon word means, and I have a weapon in my hand, you'll be more careful with it, right? But people just think of it as a toys and just fucking flail around like she was doing that with the trigger and reloading and the gun. Obviously, the experienced guy, the guy at the gun range, like, what the fuck? And his response was perfect. Oh my god, it's just, but he knew that it was split second away from something bad happening. Yeah. Right, well, if you like my reaction, do like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.